Hey everybody, welcome back to Beamng Drive Tough Truck Challenge. My name is Dirty Dan. How you guys doing today? So, picking up kind of where we left off last time, I'm going to be running with this version of the car to find out how long this can actually survive, but I have a bit of a weird thing. I have a different recording mic that I'm going to try to use this time around and just see if it's going to do a little bit better. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better. The first part of the video will be the in-game mic. The second part of the video will be the microphone that I have hooked up. If you guys could just do me a massive favor and let me know which microphone you guys prefer, it would be very much appreciated. So, starting off, same rules as last time. We're going to take off and just see how long I can survive. The microphone that I have right now, I'm worried it's going to pick up extra noise, so I have the game turned down real quiet. I need to work on getting a microphone set up that doesn't pick up the in-game audio. But so far we're doing pretty decent with the recording software that I'm running. So so far car's doing pretty well. It's a little bouncier than I was expecting it to be. This is the Burnside, the baseline edition of the Burnside, and so far it seems like it's holding pretty well. It does have a bit of a bouncier suspension, so I think it should do a little bit better. I think it did pretty good on fail races videos, but that's not from my experience when it comes to these older cars. I think this one is going to fail because of suspension issue, or personally, I kind of think it's going to come out to it's either going to be suspension. Oh, these stupid things. So I'm going to have to dodge these now. I'll see if I can figure out what to do about those in the next path. But the map seems to be kind of hating me with those spinning rollerblade things. So fortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. I just forgot to remove them. So for the first car, it's going to be an extra added turnaround we have to go around. Engine is damaged, and I'm sliding all over the place, unfortunately. Oh, come on, get back on the road. I do apologize, by the way. I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I'm not attempting to do that. I'm not trying to ramble like that, but uh, I'm kind of watching my recording as well as the gain on my microphone because I'm worried that it's going to be too high. In which case, I'm going to have to do a lot of editing to fix it here in a little bit. But point is, I'm having fun with this, so I guess that's all that really matters. I just hope that you guys can hear me better on the secondary mic. I'm having to do a really weird thing and record with my phone and then send it to myself via email, download it, put it through my editing software, and sync it up. So this is kind of, this is all kind of experimental right now. So far we're at, where's my distance at? Okay, 1.6 miles. We are going to come up to our first, surprisingly going to come out with our first lap with the Burnside. It's doing pretty well so far. It's a little bent up, but seems like it's running pretty decently. I have busted the oil pan, unfortunately, and not a whole lot I can do about that. But seems like it's doing pretty decent so far. It is overheating now. I'm at 280, almost 300 degrees Fahrenheit on the oil, and now coolant is also overheating too. I don't think this car is going to last till the second lap, but you never know. I got a little bit of a cool down there coming across that water hazard right there, but we'll see how it does on the straightaway down here again. I still have full turning capabilities so far, but that's definitely going to be something that I guess could change at any time. This track is pretty brutal when it comes to suspension damage. Rod bearings are damaged, yeah. So I guarantee you, I almost guarantee you, it's not going to make it to the next lap. Piston rings are now damaged. Engine torque is also reduced. Got to make my turn. I have to back up there because I hit the thing. I'm gonna see if I can try to get those things to spin this next path, because it'd be kind of nice to have it just like Phil Race had his set up. But again, I'm not really trying to steal from Fail Race. My whole reasoning in doing these is because he did multiple different cars. I want to see which car will last the longest out of those series of vehicles. For me, I've noticed the slower the car, the better off it handles. But I've also noticed another trend that I think is kind of strange. It seems like the police cars and the rally cars, they last a little bit longer than I would expect them to. Most of the parts are still kind of stock on those two versions of those vehicles, but they still run pretty well. They're also a lot faster than your standard one too. So unfortunately, I'm having trouble getting it above 20 miles an hour. I think the first time that I have to hit the brakes this next time is probably going to stop on me. My rule was 25 miles an hour minimum. It's dipping way below that. It's dipping down to 20 miles an hour. Drive shaft is busted, so that is actually it for the Burnside. So, unfortunately, this thing did not last for the 2 laps like I thought it was going to. So far, I just, I'm a little disappointed in it. I'm not going to lie to you.
And we're back. So, this is a V8 version of that first car. It's also got a manual transmission this time, too. So, I guess we'll go ahead and see how this one handles now. With the sound being extremely quiet, I am going to have to watch my RPM gauge to know when to shift. But, again, this is just a test video to kind of see where things are when it comes to my recording software. It's kind of janky, and I hate the way it's set up right now, but I don't have the money for a microphone yet right now, and I have had several complaints about my microphone. So I'm hoping that this sounds a little bit better than what I have currently. And honestly, I will probably go ahead and start using the secondary microphone at the start of this run so you can actually hear the difference immediately. I was gonna wait till the end of the video, but you guys have heard my old recording software for a long time now, so I'm feeling like you guys will be able to kind of tell a difference immediately. Obviously, I forgot to change these things up, so this is gonna be a little difficult. I keep forgetting about the freaking manual too. That's my fault. I do have a long jump coming up right here. Not this one, obviously, but this next one. And this one seems like a big killer on suspension and usually drivetrain. Engine is damaged now. I smacked the engine on the ground. I am having a little bit of difficulty turning it now, but surprisingly, it's still together. I'll be surprised if I can't make it to the second. Oh, it's already overheating. This one's days are already limited because of me smacking that oil pan so hard on the ground. So as long as that was a hubcap. I thought. I guess it wasn't a hubcap. I'm not sure what that was that fell off. Safety rod's already damaged. So yeah, I will probably make it to the second lap, but I highly doubt I'm going to make it to the third lap. It's probably going to fall apart just like it did on the last one. Probably going to be a drive shaft, but honestly, I'm thinking motor. Engine is started with oil again. Coming in for a very hard landing right there. Drive shaft is broken. So far, the Burnsides have both gone out because of a drive shaft being busted. Not a whole lot I can do about that. It's just the way that the cookie crumbles, I guess, in the words of Jim Carrey. And we're back again. So I'm going to go ahead and try this with the police car edition of this because I think it's got a little bit of a difference on it. I did skip the taxi version because the taxi version and the V8 automatic are the exact same one as the first two cars, just with a different configuration. But it's the exact same thing, same build quality and everything like that. So this car here, I don't see it lasting anywhere near as long as the other ones because this is a little bit of a faster car. And if I'm being technical, this is actually just the same thing as the V8 manual, just with an automatic. But I do want to try each one of the police car versions because I feel like the police car versions are going to be a lot better quality than the standard edition. So this is going to be my little test. I always had it in my mind that the police cars were stronger than the baseline editions, even if they were a little bit faster. This is just kind of what I wanted to test myself, which is the reason why I'm doing these videos in the first place, is because I feel like if I'm kind of curious about this, somebody else might too. The pattern so far has been the slower the car, the better it handles, the better it, the longer it lasts. But some cars, I think it won't be. I don't think it'll be like that for some cars. I'm absolutely booking it right now, by the way, doing about 90 kilometers an hour, which is 60, a little bit over 60. Beautiful landing there. A little bit on the hard side, but it landed it, and so far I don't think it's busted the oil or the oil pan or the radiator so far. I mean, I could be mistaken. It might be busted. I just didn't see it. But you never know when it comes to this game unless you really pay attention to it. Another landing. Engine is damaged there. I'm surprised I didn't hit it earlier. I guess I might have, and that might have been why it was lit up, but I thought it was lit up because I over-revved it a little bit. Hard landing on the nose. And on the driver's side. Or passenger side there, I'm sorry. It's going to nosedive on this one, I bet. Surprisingly not. We are coming up to the second lap. I'm kind of bummed out the last one didn't go as far as I wanted it to. Oil pan is damaged. A little bit more rough over that than it was last time, but so far she's holding up pretty well. I'm thinking it's going to be draft shaft on this car again, or engine blow. But so far I've been wrong every single time I've done this, so I guess we'll find out. Just over 2 miles left, or 2 miles so far, so seems like she's doing okay. A little bit less so over the bumps this time, but I had a few landings there that was pretty decent. See if I can try to make it around these things without smacking them again. Piston rings are now damaged, and unfortunately, I'm not sure that I'm going to make it over this jump here because of it. I'm wondering if it's going to blow up before I hit this. Because the oil temperature is over 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So I bet here it's going to land on his nose and it's going to bust that drive shaft. Yep, right there. I freaking knew it. I called it like a freaking... Yeah, I called it. So 2 miles, 67... 4.3 kilometers. It went a little bit better than I was expecting it to, but unfortunately it just wasn't meant to be. So I'm going to go ahead and call it there. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, like, subscribe, and if you don't mind, like I said, let me know what you think about the new mic quality. Hopefully it's not too obnoxious.